Isekai, the anime genre where dying means leveling up. From reincarnated slimes to unstoppable overlords, these stories throw ordinary people into extraordinary worlds, and some of them become absolute gods. But which Isekai anime brings the flashiest fights, insane powers, and unforgettable main characters? Whether it's one-man armies or overly cautious heroes blowing up everything in sight, today we're diving into the best of the best. These aren't just epic shows, they're power fantasies at their peak. So gear up, grab your stat boost, and let's jump into the most intense Isekai anime you need to see.
Betrayed, framed, and abandoned in a new world, Naofumi's story isn't about glory, it's about survival. Armed with only a shield, he's mocked by the kingdom and left with nothing but rage. And a raccoon girl. But under that heavy armor lies a fighter who never quits. From slaying a dragon zombie to unleashing the cursed shield of rage, Naofumi's journey is built on grit and growth. The battles aren't always about who hits harder, but who stands stronger when the world turns against you. Whether it's defending towns during deadly waves or holding his ground against elite heroes, Naofumi's quiet determination and raw power make him a symbol of resilience. He's not flashy by choice, but when he unleashes his full force, you remember why he's the shield hero. The rising of the shield hero is an underdog story that hits hard. Naofumi starts from rock bottom, betrayed, hated, and powerless. But he rises through sheer will, building strength, allies, and respect. The action is intense, the emotion is real, and his journey is pure redemption. If you love a hero who earns every victory, Shield Hero delivers. A cold-blooded salaryman defies God and gets reincarnated as a little girl. On the front lines of a magical world war. Meet Tanya, military genius, skyborn sorcerer, and the deadliest child you'll ever see. With her type 95 magic orb and unmatched strategy, she annihilates enemies in mid-air dogfights and turns the tide of battle with surgical strikes. Her combat is a brutal ballet, flying at breakneck speeds while casting destructive spells with pinpoint accuracy. But behind her smile is vengeance, not against nations, but against being X, the so-called god who cursed her. Each flashy fight is more than action, it's a declaration, this world won't break her. Tanya isn't fighting a war. She is the war. The Saga of Tanya the Evil is one of the most intense Isekai anime out there. It throws a ruthless salaryman into the body of a little girl. In a brutal, war-torn world. Tanya is terrifying, brilliant, savage, and wildly overpowered in battle. The animation is cinematic, the magic warfare is explosive, and the story dives deep into strategy, power, and survival. This isn't just action, it's war, philosophy, and pure adrenaline. Tanya is a monster you can't stop watching. In a world begging for a brave hero, they got Saga, strong enough to crush gods, but cautious enough to bring a full arsenal to fight a slime. Hilariously overpowered and endlessly paranoid, Saga's logic is simple: why take one hit when you can nuke the entire battlefield first? He burns Cerberus to a crisp, overkills weaklings with mega magic, and even trains inside time loops to gain a fraction more power. His flashiest fights aren't about danger, they're about how ridiculously prepared he is to annihilate anything in his way. Saga might look insane, but his tactics always work. Under the comedy is a hero haunted by past failure, determined to never lose again. With divine attacks and destructive precision, this cautious hero proves that overkill might just be the best strategy. If you're into overpowered main characters with a twist, Cautious Hero is a must-watch. This anime flips the Isekai formula on its head. Our hero, Saga, is insanely strong, but ridiculously cautious. And that's what makes it hilarious. Every fight feels epic because Saga doesn't just win, he over-prepares, then triple-prepares, and then prepares again. Just in case. The comedy is on point. His over-the-top personality clashes perfectly with the chaotic goddess restart, giving us non-stop laughs. But don't let the humor fool you, this show actually delivers emotional depth and some unexpected plot twists. The animation? Sharp. The battles? Flashy and intense. And the world building? Surprisingly detailed for a 12-episode run. Cautious Hero is a rare blend of action, comedy, and clever storytelling that doesn't just parody the genre, it elevates it. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out on one of the smartest isekai parodies out there. Knew dying would be the best thing that ever happened to Satoru Mikami. Reborn as a slime in a magical world, he becomes Rimuru Tempest, and don't let the cute blob form fool you. From slicing through orcs with Water Blade to swallowing enemies whole with Predator, Rimuru proves that power doesn't need a human form. With each episode, his power evolves, summoning black flames, cloning himself, and absorbing new abilities mid-battle. But it's not just brute force. Rimuru builds alliances, saves entire races, and still crushes enemies when they step out of line. Whether it's clashing with a wild ogre or facing an arrogant demon lord, these moments show off Rimuru's insane versatility. Flashy, intelligent, and insanely overpowered, this slime is a one-man army that redefines what it means to be an isekai hero. That time I got reincarnated as a slime is pure isekai greatness. It takes the classic Reborn in another world setup and upgrades it with a main character who's not just strong. He's a slime with godlike powers. Rimuru starts off humble, but quickly builds an entire nation, earns respect from dragons, demons, and kings, and still keeps a chill attitude. The animation? Smooth and vibrant. The world? Deep, rich, and full of strategy. Every arc raises the stakes while still giving us that wholesome, feel-good energy fans love. It's smart, it's exciting, and Rimuru is one of the most lovable OP protagonists in anime. If you're into world building, epic fights, and a main character who's as kind as he is unstoppable, this one's a no-brainer. When a top-tier gamer gets trapped inside his favorite MMORPG, he doesn't panic, he becomes a god. Ain's old gown, once human, now rules as an undead overlord with unstoppable magic and absolute loyalty from his dark army. From stopping time and killing with a glance to commanding death knights and slinging high-tier spells, Ain's is pure domination. Every battle is over before it begins, not because he's lucky, but because he's 10 steps ahead. While his enemies scramble and scream, Ain's remains calm, cold, and calculating. He's not fighting for justice or survival, he's testing, learning, and preparing for conquest. In a world where power rules, Ain's doesn't just play the game, he rewrites it. Overlord is isekai done with a dark twist, and it's absolutely brilliant. We follow Ain's old gown, an unstoppable undead overlord trapped in a game world, building an empire with loyal NPCs who worship him. The animation is intense, the characters are unique and terrifying, and the world is rich with lore and mystery. Ain's isn't your typical hero, he's a calm, calculating ruler with overwhelming power, and watching him dominate every battlefield is pure satisfaction. If you crave an overpowered protagonist with a darker, more strategic edge, Overlord is a masterpiece you won't forget. From ruthless little girls to slime gods and cautious maniacs, Isekai never fails to blow our minds with power and chaos. Which of these anime had your favorite moment? Or did we miss one you think deserves a spot? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every single one. And if you love insane battles, epic transformations, and anime that breaks all the rules, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. This is just the beginning. More top tier anime rankings are coming your way, and you won't want to miss a second.